Windows games on my Android device? It's more likely than you'd think. With how powerful Android devices are getting, this is actually becoming a viable strategy. Several apps like GameHub and GameNative allow you to emulate Steam games right on your own Android devices, and it makes you wonder, how well would this run on one of the most powerful Android devices on the market? This video is sponsored by Red Magic. They sent over their brand new tablet, the Red Magic Astra 2. This tablet is absolutely perfect for running games on, especially emulating demanding Windows games. It has a 9-inch 185Hz OLED display, up to 16GB of RAM, and a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 processor. Now that chip is already quick enough, but in this tablet, it's cooled by a liquid cooling system. Yeah, actual liquid is inside this tablet cooling that processor down. With the included RGB lights, this thing is pretty much just a gaming PC at this point. Anyways, let's not waste any time, let's unbox this thing and start running some games on it. Okay, here's the tablet. But let's put that aside for now and look at the accessories. We've got a USB-C to C cable, and some documentation. We've got some stickers that will apparently help us win more games. Of course it will. Wow, you get stickers, you get Red Magic stickers, and then you get Red Magic sticker. Nice. That's it. No charger? Usually Red Magic includes like an 80-watt charger of something in the box. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Alright, it's tablet time. Ooh, very nice. Look at the screen. It's in pristine condition. And now it's not. Wow, the oleophobic coating's really good. It's leaving like no fingerprints on here. That's incredible. It's just dust at the moment, as you can see, but wow, it's leaving absolutely no fingerprint marks. That's actually really nice. What the hell? I don't need the sticker with my serial number on it. Let's get that clean look. Comparing the Red Magic Astra 2 to the Red Magic Nova that I have, you can see that this guy has a big old camera bump up here, while this guy is actually completely flat. So you can put this on a table and it won't rock, compared to this guy, which will. Let's take a quick look at the device. We've got a power button here, volume buttons, this little switch which might put you into gaming mode like their phones do. If we have a look here, we can actually see the liquid cooling that this tablet has. I'm pretty sure you can see it move as I turn the tablet around. Look at that, you can see it move. It's actual liquid inside this tablet. What the hell? On the bottom here on the long edge is your USB-C port. Sorry guys, I didn't actually notice, but there's a second USB-C port on this thing. 1, 2. That's actually really good because sometimes you don't want to charge from that bottom one, you want to charge from the side one, or it's really good for USB-C accessories. Actually, really handy feature. Love it. Okay, here we go. Nice, and it has a haptic motor as well. Wow, look at that screen. Unlike the Red Magic Nova that I took a look at, this guy has an OLED screen compared to the LCD screen that this guy has. And so far, I gotta say, it looks really, really nice. One thing I do notice off the bat is with movement, it can get a little yellow shifted, but it's not too big of a deal. Anyway, let's go to Adelaide. Oh, look at that. This guy's got a fingerprint scanner. How nifty. Yay, done. Sweet, let's do next. Alright, now we're in. Wow, that screen is silky smooth. Like the Red Magic Nova screen was pretty good, but this is just really, really nice. The fact that it's at such a high refresh rate and it's a really nice OLED display, it looks really good. Oh, good on you, Red Magic. You didn't split the notification shade. Good, a company that isn't doing that. Okay, this tablet's running Android 16. Nice. We got the 512GB model with 16 gigs of RAM. Very good. Will really help us for our emulation stuff. Oh, look at that. They've actually kind of improved the animations on here. It's a little bit slow, but not too bad. Anyways, I'm gonna play around with this thing. I'm gonna get this guy set up and ready to play some video games, and I will give you my thoughts and opinions real soon. Okay. I've been playing around with this tablet for a few days now, and here are some of my thoughts. My main thoughts being that this thing is just insanely solid. The screen is absolutely top tier, love it. The build quality is absolutely fantastic. I love how there's no camera bump, so I can actually just place it flat on a table. I don't understand why tablets need camera bumps. We really don't need massive cameras on tablets. Nobody's using them. Just put a basic little guy in and flatten it out. That's what people want. Now, before we play some Windows games on this tablet, I'm going to try out some Android games to see how the performance is, because why not? What game are we going to be trying out? Well, how about PUBG Mobile? I've never played this game before, but apparently it's pretty demanding, so let's see how this goes. You can see I've tried to turn up the settings as high as humanly possible. Again, I've never played this game before. Let's start. So far, the performance is absolutely silky smooth on like the highest settings. As you'd expect, you know, a tablet this powerful with the liquid cooling. So again, surely if it can run this, it can run some emulated Windows games fine. Oh, I can press this button up here to sprint. Oh, look at that. The game could just play itself. So I will say, while this Android game here performs perfectly fine, the Windows games aren't going to be as smooth because they are emulation and all that, but this here just demonstrates, look, this tablet can play Android games really smoothly. Come on, guys, I'm running in a straight line. Are these guys seriously struggling to hit me when I'm running in a straight line? That is actually hilarious. Can't really say much about the gameplay experience on here, but the graphical experience and the performance of this tablet is really, really good. Oh, we made it to 10 and we've actually done nothing in this game. I've just been running around. I'm literally just running around in a clockwise circle. I hear someone running up next to me. Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. Seriously? Okay, like literally any second. Wait, what's happening? I see them now. Wee! Okay, run! 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 No! MVP apparently. What? Wait, what do you mean MVP? What, did I win? Or what? What just happened? Second place. Second place! And I just freaking ran around. I did nothing, I just sprinted, I let the game play itself, and then I just ran around the circle. Hell yeah, my lights ran out of battery, that's how long that took. Damn, but what about the battery on the Red Magic? That's still at 45%. Not bad. Damn. I'm never playing that again. Anyways, it's time to play some PC games on this guy. When it comes to running PC games on your Android device, there's a few different options. There are some stuff that run natively, for example, like Minecraft Java Edition through something like PoJav Launcher. I was going to include that in the video, but I couldn't get it to work. But there's also the option for emulated PC games through GameHub and GameNative. Some people are team GameHub, some people are team GameNative. There's a bit of a debate between which one's better at the moment. I'm personally a little more partial to GameNative, but I think GameHub runs a little bit better. Yeah, we're going to start off with GameHub. Energy Cube, it's back again. So this here is GameHub, which is made by accessories maker GameSir. Now, some people don't like GameHub because it's owned by a Chinese company and you gotta log in with Steam and stuff, but it's fine, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I have Teardown installed. Now, there is one slight issue with this app. I can't really get my controller to work. It actually does detect the controller, and if I test the controls, you'll see that pretty much everything works. It's just the problem is this app doesn't really support Steam input. The thing is, the Play Store version of GameHub does support Steam input, but it's like a much older version of the app. while this newer version that I downloaded from their website through an APK doesn't have it. I don't know, it's really confusing. And you can see I can very easily navigate the UI using the controller, so this part works just fine. Let's try playing Teardown and let's see what we get. Cloud save, local save. Let's just do the cloud save. We can actually map some inputs to this controller. However, it doesn't map it as a controller, it maps it as a keyboard, so we can't actually get analog movement. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to map the analog stick to WASD. We'll make A spacebar plus escape. Now, interestingly enough, this does support gyro. It's controlling the mouse right now. You can also use the touchscreen. Yeah, look at that. We're getting about 14 frames per second. If we open this up, we can actually see our clock speeds and stuff. I'm actually going to plug this in. I'm going to use a side USB-C port there because this one's blocked. And then I'm actually going to put this onto the rise setting, which will put it at the highest clock speed. So will it become a little bit faster? A little bit. Yeah, so I am destroying stuff. I can actually use the screen to move around or use the gyro on here to actually do it. And I can click to start smashing stuff. You can actually add on-screen inputs to play it like a mobile game, so actually try enabling that. You can actually find community-made layouts for this game and for all layouts, so that's pretty handy. Now we have controls, except the joystick one still doesn't work. We can use gyro, we can move around, and we can break stuff like this. It's still not fantastic, but at least it's good enough. Yeah, I mean, this is a way to destroy things, I guess. Luckily, this does control a little bit better in GameNative, which we will try now. Let's open up GameNative, and in here we have all sorts of Steam games that I can play. Now, I've installed a few games on here. Some of them taking an extremely long time to download, such as Cyberpunk. This is 61 gigs and my internet is slow. So it literally took me a day of having this tablet on just downloading the game. So here's hoping that it actually runs well. And we're not going to play that first, we're going to play Teardown. So this actually does support Steam input properly, well, for the most part, but we'll see in a moment how well this runs. And you can see that it really looked like Windows for a moment. How cool would it be just running full Windows or Linux or something on here? And look at that, 56 frames per second. Oh, hell yeah. We get to just break stuff. It does stutter every few seconds, which is a bit of a shame. It is a little bit annoying. Also, when I break stuff, the haptics come through the tablet. Yeah, that's right. This is a tablet with haptics. The controller haptics don't really work, but it's not too big of a deal. I can actually pick up this light over here and bring it outside. Yeah, look at that, and then throw it. Nice, look at that. I absolutely love Teardown. I could sit here and play this game for hours. Yeah, look at that. See, you can tell the explosions and the destruction run perfectly fine. It's just the emulation that's a bit stuttery, and I say that as graphical glitches appear. Here we have a pipe bomb. Check what's in your mailbox, dude. Yeah, like I said, frame rate wise, that's hard to say, things are actually pretty good. It's just the stuttering and the emulation which is a little shoddy, and those graphical glitches are becoming more and more present as we go on. Let's go and control this vehicle. The smoke effects and everything and the lighting in this game look absolutely fantastic for its really basic visuals. So yeah, that's Teardown running on the Red Magic Astra 2. Again, performance could be a little bit better with the micro stuttering. If those hitches and pauses weren't there, this would actually be perfectly playable. Now, I will say the quality settings have been turned down quite a bit for this. Render scaling is at 100, but I'm using low and medium settings here with basically everything disabled. Do not turn this to OpenGL or you'll be stuck and you have to reinstall the game. Don't ask me how I know. What happens if we turn this down to render scale 50? Yeah, it doesn't really help my frame rate either, so no point in doing that. If we press back here, we can actually turn on stuff like an FPS limiter, change a bunch of settings. Oh, we can use FSR and all that kind of stuff. Handy. You can add a CRT filter to it. I don't know why you'd want to do that for this game, but you definitely can. So yeah, that one runs pretty damn well. On to the next game. Next game is Portal. For some reason, the Valve intro doesn't have any music, which is really sad. Now, I know some of you guys will comment saying, why didn't you use the gamepad UI? Because there is a launch option that allows you to get a proper gamepad UI. The problem is that doesn't really work properly with this. Some parts are better, but most of the game doesn't work as well. And it's a little bit broken, at least on here. So for now, we're just going to be doing the normal UI, like the normal desktop UI. Let's load game, and we're up to test chamber 8. Now, who would have thought? Performance is pretty damn good on here, getting up to like 500 frames per second. But I mean, it's a Source 1 game, which makes sense. Why can't I move my camera? I was able to do so before, but right now I can't. I literally have the target FPS set to 185 and it's still going to 500 frames per second, so I guess that doesn't mean anything. The stick was working for me before. I don't know why it's not working now. It's really strange. Every other control's working fine. What happens if I enable shooter mode? How does that change things? I might disable all these extra controller ones soon, but we'll just try doing shooter mode for now. We have to press save, then press play. Let's see how well this works. Will I get my right analog stick back? I don't. Let's try disabling more things. Let's turn off that one, turn off that one, turn off that one. I don't understand half these settings. You kind of do need to just muck around with settings until the game actually works, which is the one downside of this, but it's still early days with this kind of stuff. You know, I'm still surprised everything runs as well as it does. To be fair, it is Portal. There already is an Android port of this, but this is honestly way better. I still don't have my dual analog sticks. Literally, this was working before. I don't know why this isn't working anymore. Everything else is working perfectly fine. I can press this button to quickly snap my view around. Love Source Engine sound effects, they are my favorite. I'll play around with this a little bit longer. If I can't get the stick to work, then we'll just move on to the next game. Well, that's a real shame. I couldn't get the right stick on Portal to work, even though I got it to work when I was testing this all out. Man, I don't know at this point. Let's play BeamNG Drive. But before we do that, because I haven't actually launched this before, we need to go into controller and enable Steam input. Now, I'm pretty sure if you plug a keyboard and mouse into this thing, which we can try later, these games play a lot better because, well, that's what they're designed for. We'll try that in a bit. I'm curious to see how well BeamNG Drive will load on here. And yeah, it's doing some of the first boot stuff. Let's let it do that. Now, sometimes there are issues with it booting and you need to like launch Steam with it. There's all sorts of settings, which is why Teardown had that little launch Steam box. Sometimes you do need to do that in order to get Steam input to actually work properly. Okay, here's where we start running into problems. BeamNG Drive is trying to run in a window at the moment. You can see on the top there. Yes! Controller support just works! Oh, that's a massive delay. Okay, let's maybe change this to full screen. Now, we have to be careful with user settings because one rogue user setting, it can ruin the whole thing and you won't be able to launch it anymore. Let's do full screen. Oh, hold on, look at that. It's trying to do gyro mouse scrolling. What the hell? Okay, so gyro works on the BeamNG menus, but not in Portal. Okay, at least I can turn that off. Jeez. Refresh rate. Thinks it's 60 Hz. Can I change the resolution? I can only make it lower. I'm pretty sure I can increase the resolution in the game settings, but when I tried it for Portal, it only displayed the game about this big. So, yeah. We definitely need to change some display settings for this because this game can be quite intensive. Let's do Steam Deck. Beautiful. Let's go into free roam. Oh, which level are we going to do? You know what? Let's start off with Grid Map V2. Just something simple. Just to make sure the game runs, and then we'll try an actual real map. Please work. Please work. So far, it's just typical BeamNG Drive. Let me make sure that the frame limiter isn't on this one. Yeah, the FPS limiter's on. Let's turn that off. I want full performance. It's still only going to be like 10 frames per second though. I'm excited to play some BeamNG Drive on my Android tablet with a controller. Alright, here we go. Oh, the right stick works here, but not in Portal. I don't really know why it's like this, but sure, why not? Let me guess. Gyro, yeah. This is definitely a game we need gyro. Let's turn that off. At least it gives us the option to turn it on and off with this back trigger. Alright, let's start driving. We get to still at least enjoy BeamNG Drive. Hell yeah. I think we could do better with the frame rate. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do options. They've definitely improved how the menus work with controllers. It used to be a lot worse than this. Let's do lowest. We're gonna need to squeeze out all the graphics that we can. This is gonna look like complete garbage, but it's kind of what we need right now. 37, 39, 41. Not bad. We're kind of stuck sideways now. I forget which is the show keybind. What is this one? How do I respawn? Never mind, I just respawned the car. That's exactly what I wanted. So there's definitely a bit of an input delay. Watch this. Yeah, not super responsive. Oh, check out those sick drifts. Come on, can we jump up here? Ah, hell yeah. We have absolutely no shadows. Look at that. But I don't care. The performance is great. At least I can respawn the car. I'm glad about that at least. I don't think I will get this. Ready? And jump! Oh, we actually nearly made it there. Ah, damn. Hold up, the engine is starved of oil. What other fun little trinkets and doodads can I do on this map? There's plenty of them. I can feel the tablet vibrating. So haptics work on the tablet, but not on the controller, like I said before. Let's go to these little hills over here. Honestly, this is running pretty damn well, but again, this is the grid map. Once we try an actual map, it's probably not going to run very well. Damn. That's crazy. Let's try a different map. I don't want to do Jungle Rock Island. That'll actually be way too much. Let's do... You know what? Let's do Italy. I haven't done Italy in a while. Oh, should we drive a little goober car? Wait, I know the car we should do. This one right here. Yeah, let's get the base one. And this, like, garbage-looking green color. We're going to be driving in the Italy map in a 3-wheeled car. This is literally my heritage right here. And we are in. We're getting a... okay, I was going to say we're getting a solid 30, but nope, that is tanking really badly. Although, that might be because it's loading everything in. Let's start going for a bit of a drive. Oh, no, never mind. Seems like there's a little bit of performance to be had. Ah, look at us driving through the streets of Italy. Mamma mia! And yes, I can say that. I'm Italian, alright? Shush. I cook the pizza. Okay, never mind. We are straight up frozen. Oh, wait, we're kind of back. I feel like we're going to crash into a wall really soon. Or we're going to tip. We're tipping in slow motion. No! No! No, not the pigeon. Wait, I think I saved it. Wait, never mind. Never mind. Oh, what a shame. Look at the flat people in the building. Wow, this is really sad. This actually really represents the state of the game at the moment. Okay. Nope, it doesn't want to do anything. Oh, and there goes the game. It just disappeared. I'm pretty sure that is a game crash. Even when the game closes, it's still just gonna keep you on this black screen. So yeah, game definitely crashed. We have to leave now. If we go into here, there is actually a little something we can do. If we scroll down to here, then click on use known config, it'll actually download and use a config that someone else has uploaded that will give us better performance. So you can actually configure everything to how you want, upload it, and then anyone can actually use that config. So let's see if we do use known config, will that give us more performance? I believe I did this for Teardown. Let's see if we're just magically going to get more performance on here doing it like this. And it's still trying to launch in a window again. Now immediately, the menu feels way better. 120 frames, I mean, we're in the menu. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's do... You know what? Let's try the Italy map again. Alright, let's go. Let's see how well this performs now with our little config that we just downloaded. Something seems to feel a little bit better about it already, but I'm not too sure. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Okay, we're loaded in, and already we're getting around 40 frames per second. It actually fixed our performance issues. The stuttering is gone. We're just kind of playing now. It worked! It actually worked. A little bit of graphics issues with the windows there, but that's okay. Let's see how fast I can go on this thing without tipping it over. Problem with 3-wheel vehicles is that they're super easy to tip. Oh, we may have squished the top of it, but we stopped ourselves from falling over. Okay, let's turn here, not too hard because we will tip. Now we'll go around this corner nice and okay. God, that is really easy to tip. Oh wait, no, we're back. Man, look at that landscape. We're actually getting decent performance though. Hell yeah. Look at that. Is the input delay gone? I feel like the input delay is still here though. Okay, this is... Alright, let's get a better car. This is ridiculous. Just going through the UI real quick. The input delay is definitely still there. I'm unsure if that's a BeamNG issue or just a game issue or what. Let's be an Italian police car. We'll leave this guy sitting on the road sideways where it belongs. Yeah, as you can see, the CPU temp may go up, but it doesn't really go that high because of the liquid cooling. Look at that. Alright, let's do some real driving now. Let's go! Now, the problem with these streets is that they're a little cramped for this car. Look at that tree. Oh, that LOD was pathetic. Something definitely doesn't look right here, and we've crashed. Lovely, let's respawn. Let's just pretend that never happened. Now, who am I kidding? It's BeamNG. It's all about crashing. It's the whole point of this game. I want to go off this cliff. Look at the scenery. Even on the lowest presets, it still looks pretty good. Can we at least turn it up to low? Now that we've gotten a bit more performance back. Yeah, it's not fast, but as long as it lets me drive and runs relatively well while I do so, that's kind of all that matters. Is this going to crash again? I have a feeling that this might crash, if it hasn't already. Can I move my mouse around? Nope, it's not letting me do that. Oh wait, it's doing it. It's loading. It's just taking forever. Now we're on the low preset and we're getting about 20 frames per second. That sucks. Oh well. Or maybe because it's still trying to load everything in. At least this slow motion is giving me time to plan out my drive. Alright, let's go. Full throttle. Full throttle. Nice. Oh wait, the car's still going. We're still driving. Let's go. Alright, let's go right off this cliff. Wait, I can't actually turn. Hold on. If I go backwards. Nope, never mind. I can't actually turn. So we're kind of stuck going this way. No, it turned us. Wait. Come on. Okay, let's let it roll. Yes. Yes, we're falling off the cliff in slow motion. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Game runs okay-ish on the lowest setting. BeamNG can be a little bit hard to run in general. I'm surprised it's running as well as it is right now. Still pretty impressive. Alright, next game, please. Let's get out of here. I tried to install Doom Eternal, but this game is 89 gigs, and I actually do not have the time to sit here and wait for it to install. What I did sit around and wait to install, though, was Cyberpunk 2077. I have low hopes for this one. Let's press play. Here it goes. What is it doing? It's like flip-flopping between the GameNative screen and the black screen. Oh, that's the title screen. That took a while to load. Although this is just a video. It's not the actual... Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, wait, no, I didn't enable Steam input. Controller, Steam input, save. That really should just be the default. Okay, let's try that again. Wow, that launched a little bit faster this time. I hope this works. This one took ages to download. Let's make sure that we're at the highest possible settings. We certainly are. Let's turn off the FPS limiter because that is the last thing this needs. Whee! Be sure to read the user license agreement. This is running suspiciously well, though this is the title screen. I have not played this game in about 4 years. Let's see how we do. Temperatures are doing not too bad. It's only at 60 degrees. Feels a little bit hot. Definitely getting hot to the touch, but we're running Cyberpunk on an Android tablet. This might take a bit. Oh, now the frame rate's taking. Holy 10 FPS. Oh my. Okay, maybe we could change some settings. Oh, it's trying to do gyro again. Let's not do that. Let's go low. Frame generation. Ooh, frame generation. Probably not. Definitely can't do ray tracing. Off, off, off. 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 Off, off. Everything's low, just low, low, low. Shorty got low. Low, low, low. It's what we're gonna have to do to make this thing playable. Oh, it is at 9 FPS. This is not good. Not good at all. Let's go out of the room. X to open. Buttery smooth. I'm surprised this is running at all. Damn, look at these play models. It's been a while since I've played this. 4 frames per second. Wait, we haven't even tried the performance bump yet. Let's try that. Let's see if using the known profile will give us more performance like it did with BeamNG Drive. So that gives us a baseline of what the defaults are. We're gonna do use known config. I love how the title screen gets up to like 100 FPS. It really gives you false hope. Now the frame rate's tanking. Oh, we're getting more frames. We're at 12, 13. I'm pretty sure that's double, maybe. I don't know. Although, we might actually try frame gen in a moment. Okay, technically we doubled our frames. We went from 4 to 8 to 8.5. Yeah, technically the frame rates have increased. Yeah, look at that, 8 FPS. We doubled our frame rates from 4 to 8. Absolutely playable now. Although now we're getting 10, 11. Maybe this ain't so bad. Hold on, 12, 14. Wait, is it becoming playable? Oh, never mind. Maybe it likes this area for some reason. The store's called Second Amendment, that's hilarious. This game looks absolutely amazing on this OLED. The colors all just pop significantly. If I was playing this at real frame rates, it would be amazing. Speaking of which, let's try turning on frame gen. Will this work? Only one way to find out. Okay, here we are with frame gen on, and we're getting 30 frames per second. But holy moly, the input delay is nasty. Look at this. Press jump. Nice. I feel like I'm playing through sludge right now. Look at all the AI frame gen shimmering. We've got AI upscaling. We've got frame gen. We've got everything wrong with modern gaming here. All that for 37 frames per second. But you know what? I would rather play through sludge than play through 8 frames per second. Okay, now we're getting 20 frames per second. This feels so horrible to play, even though we're getting more frames. It looks better, but it still feels like you're playing at 4 frames per second, because that's essentially what I am doing right now. Honestly, just the fact that this even runs on an Android tablet at all is just absolutely crazy. This is such an intensive game, but yet, here it is, running on an Android tablet. Just a reminder, that's how thin this thing is. And it's just running on here. Crazy. Like I said, this is running with frame gen, so this is pretty much like me playing it at 8 frames per second. That's what it still feels like. You can tell by just how horrible the camera movements are. The fact that this works at all at these frame rates is just crazy. I definitely need to play this game a little bit more on my desktop. It's been like 4 years since I've last touched it. Let's jump off this balcony. Let's go. Whee! Oh, we died. That's a real shame. Let's try playing some of the stuff with keyboard and mouse, because the controller settings can be a bit iffy at times. Let's give it a shot. Hey, check it out. Now we've got a PC. We've got a keyboard and mouse. Okay, mouse is working. Keyboard's working. Oh, look at that. I can actually feel the haptics in my keyboard because the tablet's touching that. Give this some time. This will one day be running perfectly on an Android tablet. It will happen. Let's try playing Portal again, this time using keyboard and mouse. Look at that Windows cursor on the screen. I really feel like I'm just using an actual computer at this point. Now we're just playing Portable. And would you look at that? It's exactly like playing on a PC. How cool is that? Ah, damn, forgot about that. If you enjoy, simple or older PC games, this is absolutely perfect. Or, console emulation, which is another thing that this thing does extremely well. Well, we're mostly focusing on PC emulation in this video, and yeah, it's honestly a pretty decent experience. That's the problem with this setup, it's too fragile. I know the best way to end this video. We need to jump in the muck. Hell yeah! This here really shows the potential of just how well this could work in the future. Older games like Portal and obviously Source Engine games and stuff, these run absolutely perfectly. Games like Teardown, if that didn't have its little hitches every so often, that would be perfectly fine to play. It's actually really surprising just how well this works. It does take a little bit of tinkering. Lots of other people who've made videos about this like to say it's super easy and it's just plug and play. It's really not. Like, some of it is, but you do need to tinker around a little bit to get this all to work, especially with a controller. But with a keyboard and mouse, it's actually pretty simple to get up and running. I really am excited to see the future of this. Just what kind of games are we going to be running on our Android tablets really soon? Maybe one day Cyberpunk will just run perfectly fine on these things. And as for the tablet itself, this is a pretty solid tablet, I will say so myself. Look at that liquid flowing through, keeping it cool while we're playing Portal at 50 degrees. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Aww. My name is Frog. You can say that however you want, I really don't care. New videos whenever I like. consider becoming a channel member like all these people on the screen have. You get some bonus videos, early access to my upcoming videos, custom Discord server roles, and your very own Minecraft server. All rolled into one, starts at $1 a month, and that's about it. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.